first of 4 days of public events celebrating the life of the late Senator John McCain underway in Phoenix. The six-term senator is lying in state in the rotunda of the Arizona State Capitol. Former Montana U.S. Senator Max Baucus, who worked with Senator McCain in Washington for years, about 30 years actually. Baucus tells KPAX's Kevin Stanfield that McCain was a passionate public servant of his country with a strong sense of honor, who wasn't afraid to admit his mistakes.
John spoke his mind. John sometimes had a little bit of a temper. And to be honest, one time I walked up to him about something on the Senate floor. I've forgotten what it was. I just remember his reaction. Oh, he blew up at me. He had lost his temper. And I thought to myself, Max, what did you do to deserve this? My gosh, I didn't do anything wrong here. Oh, he was angry with me. And I could not figure out why. I walked away and I sat down next to another senator on the Senate floor. And I said, you know, that guy's not qualified to be president. He just flies off the handle too much. And the senator I was talking to said, boy, that's right. He does too much of that. Well, another time I talked to him, similar, and he got angry again. But then oh, Max, come back, come back. You could tell he was trying to get a hold of his temper. He was trying to do what's right. He apologized for both instances. And so he had his own firm views, sometimes a bit stubborn. But when presented with facts, he'd back off and say, no, I made a mistake, did the wrong thing. But he was passionate.
Last question then. Were you surprised by any of the comments that were made in that letter that he had read after his passing?
No, that's quintessential John. That's John McCain. Honor, duty, strive to serve your country, serve your state and the country, the nation. It's just, he was so driven to public service for our country, and his honor, his code of honor, his badge of honor, it's a military code of honor. It was in his DNA, and that came through in the statement. He also was very touched, frankly, when he talked about his mistakes. He said, you know, I sometimes make a lot of mistakes. Well, we know we all do, but he was not above saying that he'd make a lot of mistakes, because too many people don't admit that they make mistakes. John did.
If you could, in just a couple words, describe his legacy.
It's going to be what public service should be. It's a noble pursuit, public service. It's honorable. And I'm hoping that people, when they think of John, see somebody who was honorable, who was honest, who said what he thought was right, and what he thought was right was, in his view, always for the public good. Not for personal gain or interest, but for the public good.